Welcome back. We're exploring the basics of ActivInspire in our ActivInspire orientation class. And in this video, we are going to be manipulating graphics. We all like to have graphics in our presentation. In order to get graphics, you can copy and paste. You can insert media. There's also a lot of graphics found in the resources. But what about once you have those graphics in your flip chart? You'll notice when I click on the fish, I have a lot of different options. One gives me a cross, which means, hey, you can move me around. That doesn't mean there's not other ways. I'm going to deselect, and you'll notice if I click, by default, I most likely can move it around. But every once in a while, I have had some students that for some reason, when they came up because they were still getting used to things, however they laid their fingers or what have you, it was easier for them to use this little tool to make sure they grabbed it correctly. Another thing that you have is that you can turn the angle or rotate your graphic. It's a lot of fun to duplicate, so maybe we want to have a lot of fish. You could have several students up here, have a whole school of fish. Now the traditional way of changing the sizes is just to grab one of the corners and stretch or shrink. But there is an alternate option in ActivInspire that keeps everything proportional, and that's your large star and your little star. So this time to decrease, I'm just going to click my little star. So we have duplicate, enlarge, shrink. You can move it behind objects, in front of objects. If you take your cursor and click and highlight several objects, you can group them, make something transparent, and then, as if that wasn't enough, look at all these other options that they have. One that I really like to use is called locked, and that just means that an object stays in one spot. So maybe you want to put things behind it, such as words or some checks and X's that the students are able to pull out and drop on things. I have all of the different items that pop up, the little icons, listed over here, and you'll see this one decreases, this one increases the size of the object, this one duplicates. You can send it backwards, because how many times do you make things and they end up where you don't need them, either behind something or in front of something? So you have a quick, easy little tool there. You can send it forward. You can group, make something transparent, lots of different properties, and then of course we can rotate and freely move an object. So just in case you needed to have all of those where you could take a picture of them to remember while you're getting used to it, these are for you. Now let's take a look at what type of activity could we do using graphics. I absolutely love this one, and you'll see that I have a little tip. If you want to lock an item, you right click and select lock. These three pictures have already been locked, so there's stuff behind them already for you. So I have my cursor selected, and this is a writing activity, as you can tell from the objective, and students would come up and grab a character, then they grab a setting. So the fireman is in a haunted house, and then what event? Oh, a rodeo. That would be some creative writing. So you can see that there's tons of these. There's enough for every student to randomly receive events, settings, and characters for their creative writing. A quick and easy tip, and all you have are graphics, shapes, which we already went over, text, and then the new one. You can right click to lock so that everything stays hidden. What type of activity are you going to make? I sure hope that some of you will send us a few cool tips and tricks that you learn. Have fun playing around, learning different things, and integrating this into your class this week. See you in the next video.